because we double tap no like no share na bibia so atuma kama ene ye ne wona bo Kofi Koranteng ene e ba be din komo
Kofi Koranteng Kofi Koranteng
okay
bibia nka ho
okay ye ne Kofi Koranteng na e ba be din komo na sisi papa person o che ahobrase ne pa
oh yeah, since kojo ho
okay right ye ne Kofi Koranteng na e ba be din komo na remember ono ankasa introduce ne ho ba friends kakra me nimfa ne ho say ono na ye franketu former the new vision movement 2024 now presidential 28 or say we say obese agina na change ye pe Ghana no wetima boa na etima baso me sure obaso na double tap no like no wase na dwumedie no etima akwa eche Kofi Koranteng me mo akwa ba
yes so gididi ye da mo sense say ene na Black Star say boy na je say minim pass ye be she but ye na ya ready na ye say the next 2 hours ye be tena ha see no be din komo no nkomo no mu be hu mema me background kakra na maka enioma kakra achew na who takes Obama Krofo abaso abebisa questions and I may share me vision so said the bebo man for moment me ebisa questions so what I say inti ye wo me Kolibu Teaching Hospital na me ko school Agri Memorial International broadcasting in chain and me nim say what me ye there what me ye
me tonka pa me tonka
okay and me call University Primary wo Cape Coast na me call Garrison Primary wo Kumasi na me call Adisado College wo Cape Coast bio na me call London Southgate College na me ba New York University nti matena around 2019 na me ba Ghana for good na the ni abehu wo Ghana de bia me ba Ghana no na yenti ase se enioma enkoyi wo Ghana because your problems no na problems level 1 problems into mem say 2017 na ye ba MPP aban ye diaspora conference na me baby na me be kasa ho na me ministers ni be see ani wo conference na se wachi na nkrofo frame me kachem se de enioma am di two dwane ade nti ese me running
right
na nti me decide say ye be running nti enunti na ekoba na sa no maware me wo nkola miensa mema mienu oba baako my background is into engineering ne economics finance nti but my ye nyuma pi first time I'm in school me go school ni na me ye adwuma my ye adwuma wo ba bi etompa boa mampa boa my ye adwuma wo UPS as a supervisor my ye adwuma wo just a places ni pi enche say well nim students abrabo ko ye adwuma hanom 2 months 3 months me jai ma ko ye adwuma ha maybe I'm ye adwuma me chair pa ye JP Morgan Chase
right
and me de yeah me am adwuma set up me am Dividends Inc. bespoke your friends say consultancy and no muna me de ba Ghana now my year CEOs and presidents for companies and so what will be brief
right
into in your experience near age corporate America me age Wall Street World Financial Capital for over 20 years yate sikase and most importantly yate said the bruni dwene efa bibini ho and yehunu said the best way to work with bruni any ahoho because you know woman na deal I was in New York na melting pot na your problems ogidi your problems a Ghana na enye problems a complex problems. So say ebia obi enya brain tumor na hu baby awutwa ni ti cranial surgeon eba no hu baby obi twa ti na free eno na complex. But say if you wogotamu na baby a flooded na entontome wiye nkuye na enro ni hospital na akwan asay no stupid problems. So because solutions ni na wo
Okay.
ena ye wusika nti obi a misa no ho say di nti na ene mpanyfo na nyema ye womonye because they can afford not to do it and get away. Yema womo efa womo hudi. So nti say the ayane say oba na obeka ye ho na follow vision 2028 yaba 2020 yaba and yi womo disqualifying yaba 2024 yaba ballot so eno no womo toma ye nso ye ntumi anya nipa wo 41,000 plus polling stations no nti womo wia ye kama nti
Wow.
ye person make a run because yen pɛ ne yɛte system na se yen pɛ ne betumi asesa Ghana na me hope sɛ wo ne wo mpanyimfoɔ ɛnɛ wapamfoɔ ɛne wɔn bɛba ha ɛnɛ wɔn bɛbisa me questions ama wɔn ate aseɛ sɛ mepɛ and I'm convinced ebiebie nneɛma bi hyerɛ a wobɛhu sɛ nokorɛ
Okay.
mepɛ na metumi afa Ghana nti
Okay. Yeah.
meaning
Yeah, but as a plan for that background now with the Amayan. And then you make a safa niema be in Siana and so because of time in internet. Mrebe moi you better a part 2 now fi yetimi abwana manfo ate vision ase. And you make a safa vision and leadership. You make a safa economy and cost of living. You make a safa youth and employment. You make a safa education, health sector, corruption and governance. Baby I brebe ma yekwan bia yebet ma kase dru bia no. You make a safa. Now my first question my person be say why do you want to become the president of Ghana?
because me represent Ghana for ye because me papa ne oye police ni me maame no oye administrative assistant na womo values womo de tete me no ene said ye raising me no me hu bibi e wo Ghana for youth mu say time na me ye youth no na me wo big dreams say me nyi amesi so
Yeah.
na me ba abrochi no me san ba Ghana me ba abrochi na me ba Ghana na me hu say sɛ metena Ghana anka deɛ na meka sɛ meyi na anka mentumi nyɛ so nti menim sɛ Ghanafoɔ pii ɛyɛ youth no ɛwɔ in the same situation and the reality is ɛnyɛ sɛ mepɛ sɛ meyɛ president nti na meka the reality is more than 90% of youth ɛwɔ Ghana no they will never meet their aspirations ɛyɛ fact fact and yɛdi nkɔmmɔ yi mɛprove akyerɛ wo
Okay.
so a fact. Inti me the metu kwan akɔ wiase mu baabia a makɔ hu no. Mimi hu sɛ because mimi ɛwɔ madwene mu nti ɛna medu ɔman foforɔ bi so a mehu ade a mepɛ ma me man ɛne youth no. All the leaders a wɔn wɔ parliament, wɔn wɔ executive, wɔn wɔ judiciary, wɔn wɔ Ghana mpanyinfoɔ ahemfo asɔfoɔ dɛbɛ wɔn tu kwan kɔ places a mekɔ ni na but wɔn kɔ a ade na youth ni hia Ghana fo hia wɔ Ghana ɛni wɔn tiri mu nti wɔn de wɔn ani hu kura yɛn hu because ogidigidi wuwu nim sɛ nipa egu parliament yi wɔn tu kwan sin obi a wɔn sɛ yɛn hostess
Oh. Yeah.
wɔn kɔ the most luxury locations hotels near ye. Mebuana catch them.
Oh yeah, mutu kwan pa.
By
Yeah.
virtue of woman who SCC ne said you omo cry in him said woman inya nyoma pedi nyoma pashe. Inti ade na saa nyoma na womo kwa womu hu. Last week na president wa Belarus. We hu akwan wo ho. Okoye flooding wo ho. Okoye hu nua, we hu pipes. Ade no ndi o meye bi woni krum. Me boy catch them. Ade na 276 parliamentarians no na no woman kan kire president say masa yen na ye tu kwan yakohu de wo ho. Ade ne yen ye bi wo yen ye krum. Emfo bia. Me boy mo bia kan kire me. Yon beka ne say oh yeah big push. Yeah we Mahama aba one. Wabe two. Efe ni yen twen big push. The first and second no and the next mistrials. Come on, man.
Yeah. So Obi Bisa say, so what makes you different from the current political establishment?
Because I'm not a politician. Me te say mo a momo hwe me. Me a ordinary citizen a afno me. My bread. So me nuanom, me cousins, me wo me wuwu, all from enyoma ensesa nkesi Ghana. It be a car accidents. It be a malpractice at hospitals. It be wo enuanefuna yedi. Ensem pii. Obi wo hospital koye surgery a me cousin baako no wa asthma. Woman to me who crass no asthma. In the middle of a surgical procedure, woman in a fibroids. Na ne asthma na flare up. Composition kutukum ubi no di wuye.
Wow.
So, inti the level of incompetence, any malpractice, any enyome pia Ghana food pia so far. How many people die from vehicular accidents every day ewo Ghana? Sisi yenka ho asem because okakra we be bu anichi because ya fa ne say normal.
Normal.
Normal. So, inti my way should get everybody to think say one more who sisi no. They're not cut for the job. One more must say one more besumi. One more by say one more be no one more pay. So, a do as I say you will move free.
Right. Okay. I mean, that's our question. You funny say, on some of our change now. You funny say, a toya come as soon as a radiadum. You to me vote massively. Na say, 2028. Which me be your president. In your first 100 days, what are the three things I will be prioritizing? Ghana.
Okay. Me, the TN say, Ogidi, me need choice in prioritization because baby, on mine, I say I could do no. So, okay, hospital. Make it penny short. Make it penny short. The first three things they say, as I said, yeah, security services are what Ghana in Asia. Police, Ghana Armed Forces, BNI, narcotics, NADMO, customs, fire, immigration, security services. Now, you know, Mushia. Now, you know, Mushia, I recommend you almost say, Mujuma pa say, Muye no, enuni. Mujuma say, Muye. Na yama ubia sign a release document say fi ene a Kofi Koranteng ya na president ikwi when ni wadwuma so na wobeji bribe for ade a SS away wunni recourse yibe yiwadi o pension o wudien you bekam yibe yiwadi for non-compliance ubia sign it. Number 2 ni judicial services special na ensem esisi wo judicial services ni na ya reform wo mo se wadwuma no in fact money Ghana for ni ni yi ogirigidi sisi ya me no wo kase
Yeah.
cases p wo ho woti wo yo mida
Yeah, me tell you.
status ye den You couldn't tell me. So
Yeah.
cases piyaba. Akufo-Addo no beba na yes ono ye the can say release dimbi the tone just say obia on the uja obia mahama bayi ono nso ye bi nkrofo a edi yesika 200 million ye de moms won fanko ye saglame or say attorney general say who fault bia omo ye ntiwe. How can you give somebody 200 million say on fanko see 5,000 units we see 1,500 because you me who's fault bia wo there is a problem. Saa cases ni na yɛbɛhwɛ mu. So because sika na ɛyɛ Ghanafoɔ sika yɛde maa wɔn no ɛsɛ sɛ yɛgye yɛ sika back. So nti the judicial service no has to re-establish wɔn process. Sɛ yɛbɛkye obi police anaa security service ɛbɛkyew yɛde ne bɛma judicial service no ɛsɛ sɛ wɔn tumi process nipa korɔ na till time a wɔn de bɛto afiase anaa wɔn bɛfa ne not guilty a yɛbɛgyaa no but case ne ntumi nhenhan hɔ.
Yeah. I think so. Okay, same be my DJ. We say what to say yeah we say and I think say in some okay, you know, yati bebre politicians ebe nyina no say bia omo ma diska nyina ye beba bechi omo ye beba beji and I'm so kwama aban bia ba bibie the office of the OSP ni anade what you say ba be sin no ye ntimi ngi bibia. What leadership qualities do you possess Ghana for also muji wudi
Martin, maybe 1 second.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Abusia Michelle, so we just saw double tap and I like in a share. Send a baby to my tap into me, grade in say, you know, into no, baby, I heard that was she, you know, ubit me don't sabo boss no double tap it. Now I like, you know, I say I'm ubia, unya who's alive in a course on swab and our baby TV. Na bibia so to my camera. Yeah.
Okay. Now be some question. BM say now be some say what makes me
different? What leadership qualities do you possess? I was a Ghana for GWD because in some say the
very good. The first quality I'm a and I said I have the ability to intellectually process information. And the first quality. Second quality, and I said I know what to do when. Timing. And at the third, the most important, that sets me aside from Sankrofo, you know. And it said, I have the humility to know, say, I don't know it all. Inti, I am coming in with a mastermind group. Mastermind, you know, and yet the engine of Kofi Koranteng. Inti, who is the mastermind? Mastermind is a group of specialists. One more being one more specialities, one more area of expertise. Bia ebeba concerned with Ghana no. One more bobo we are. One more the prescription na ama cabinet. Na cabinet acting on na abeye policy. Now let me tell you how it works. So the mastermind, you know, who designs the master class to provide a master key. The master key is what gives off the friend systems. Society without systems, no. You have a shambolic operation. Into systems, no, is what creates it creates standards. It creates, first of all, it creates structure. It creates structure, and out of the structure, no, you create standards. Standard, no, nebeye the freno success models. Success models no na ɛsɛ ɛyɛ table ɛwɔ hɔ a biribiara a ɔbɛyɛ wɔ Ghana biara wohwɛ so na ma point A yɛsi wobɛto brodo ɛsɛ wonye sam 1 cup goes with 2 cups with the mechanical the 2 cups baking ɛyi na ɛkɔ ɛde ɛsɛ wonya part ɛsɛ wonya nneɛma a wode bɛto brodo ni na ɛbɛka akyerɛ wo bɛyɛ jollof ɛbɛka biribiara akyerɛ wo nti sɛ wo na woyɛ sɛ me na meyɛ sɛ hwan na ɛyɛ so long as we follow our order now outcome jollof no will always taste the same.
Yeah.
No na abrichiri omaya bibi te say McDonald's, Dunkin' Donuts, no mane franchises ni na use a system. So inti what makes me different is say sa system si ni de ba be run in institutions na wo Ghana. And now because the public sector are controlled by the state, will run on systems, for the private sector to be in alignment with the public sector, they always have to run the same systems. Yes, they are out of alignment and they will suffer because the infrastructure for the private sector to be successful is created by the state, the government. Pacho, they make what I say.
Yeah, me too.
It is a one in the private sector. Won't government systems agencies and size so. Won't to me mesh it together and because over by the where your standards say they must say when your private sector over near age may say you A B C D. Inti yes a standard of excellence in ASA. You be BI based on merit, expertise, competencies. We value that and we reward that. And a standard of excellence, and so say we punish incompetence, any fraud, any corruption, So,
Yeah.
say one year you get hit, and your friend say the axe comes down on you. Ghana, the system doesn't punish corruption; it rewards corruption. So, and Ghana, we ubi na unye in the circles. We be na papa cry. You don't get rewarded. There is no motivation for people who do good things. Yeah, the exact opposite of that. That's what makes my leadership style not different.
Okay. Right. Let's move on. I Kasamfa economic hardship and cost of living. Many Ghanaians are struggling because Ghana for brepa youth near Trefa Yabunya school crana like as a the air cost and then so many papier to 2 kwaya be clear far from a fence so aqua broche the kekake count. What are the specific measures are obey implemented to reduce economic hardship?
Okay. Bisa se nipa me wo Ghana na mete Ghana na me wonsa me wadwene mitumi ye adwuma ade na me mpese me ye adwuma because adwuma ni ho. It's just as simple. Ade na adwuma ni ho. Well, because mo leaders a moyi wo mo no wo mo nyansa no enye se yenye adwuma emma yemma. You see, ogidi na se me kasa nkrofo so Kofi kasa no o hye ya to sebe. Sebi bienim. Ogidi tiu.
Yeah.
Last year, 2025, cry thousands of things every over 200 countries. 200 countries. Into the infant say cry neoma 5 pe from every country. Not just say cry neoma 1,000. Ne eba Ghana. What you say?
Yeah.
Neoma 1,000 bibia ye be crafi amanoni ye de beba bruchi ne kire say eye guarantee validation say you need the competence to manufacture make that thing in Ghana. Me boa ka kyerɛ me.
Oh yeah, and intina ye be import bia.
Good. Inti se wo wa pene so saa na me nso ma pene so saa. Me sure se obi o wo ɔyɛ badwen baby a wo platform yi so bɛka sɛ we enya ade a wobɛtumi debate me boa. Inti
Yeah.
se wonim sɛ yɛ kra bibi na wo mpɛ sɛ wo kra de na kyerɛ sɛ wo ma ehia wo krom hɔ Ghana. Inti wo mpɛ sɛ yɛ kra ɛsɛ sɛ wo yɛ saa de no wɔ Ghana sɛ de yɛ nkra me boa ka kyerɛ me.
Yeah.
Okay. Ade na wo kɔtɔ no ye manufacture ye si factory na ɛyɛ. Now uhia enyoma mienu on a basic ayi. Uhia sɛ wo be establish a factory no. Ɛna uhia sɛ wo mana ɛwɔ wo krom hɔ no. Wo mu benya the competency a wo betumi de ayɛ adwuma ɛwɔ factory no to produce ade na wo hwehwɛ no. Me bo aka kyerɛ me.
Yeah, exactly.
Into the first problem they say curriculums on the education side that spit it out graduates no. And yet consistent with enyoma yen yihia ewo krum ho. Inti akola na graduate krampo a ade a wakosua wanya ho certificate no. Ontumi emfa bibia wo Ghana ho. But surprisingly otuminya visa na de bedu abrochire de abroni tumi enya no ho mfaso. Is that not sad? Inti who cosam? I mean, this
yeah,
is
me follow pa ma simple, okay. Simple, yeah.
Okay, inti me BBI is simple. Obi ntumi challenge me. T because okay, with my more example, Daimler Benz from here, Mercedes Benz, right? Nvidia, Sony computer company, a friend Nvidia, no.
Yeah. Yeah, mature within that, yeah.
Winning your friend saying your fan is say Ferrari.
Yeah.
We young boy. We fine boy say the any will be pep Ferrari no Lamborghini no
yeah, Aston Martin okay. McLaren money the account.
Very good, okay. Inti Bugatti no. Okay, inti yam say Bugatti a best established in Ghana. Nvidia a best established in Ghana. Alibaba a best established in Ghana. No BB factories for all the 16 regions. Ghana for ben here do mo kwakoye adwuma wo ho. Think about it. Because your labor force no womu entumi nya competencies from your curriculums no into all these companies no be established wo krampo a yen to mean high bia because we want to mean who adwuma na ni so.
Yeah.
Inti adena woma wo government na ono operate free SHS on starting change the curriculums in the tertiary and senior high school. Na prepare nipa no said you woman matriculate through the system na. Woman answer no juma the competencies as a company be crab bagana so or establish ya workforce no.
Right. My friend said okay.
Yeah, me can what I say.
Yeah, me just here pa yeah.
Yedi Boeing or ye planes yet never Ghana obe person obe high nipa be 100,000. He ukofa nipa na free in yaduam ana ka ukudi. O me den o de ne be si computer nim say onye realignment of on tiasie. Woman now graduate from Teku, but speciality ni honti no. Into the first thing I could feel Koranteng in talking about closing the gap now, what can I say?
Yeah.
We have to start realigning the competencies. Just say curriculums with school no has to be consistent with yenye development here ɛwɔ Ghana hɔ no.
Right.
Sɛdeɛ nkɔlaa ni graduate a sɛ bia yɛpɛ sɛ sɛsei Ghana yɛduru infrastructure ne yɛyi a meyɛsure sɛ wobɛbisa me a mɛka akyerɛ wo.
Yeah.
Yɛhia yɛmfa sɛ bridges, tunnels, sewer systems, water systems, roads, saa infrastructure ne nyinaa no. Yɛn nkɔlaa ne nyinaa meyɛ president a metua nkurɔfoɔ ka wɔn akɔsua saa nneɛma no. Sɛdeɛ yɛkɔfa company bi sɛ China sɛ ɔmmra mɛyɛ yɛ infrastructure yɛde top engineers ne pɛ ne bɛba. Labor force ne nyinaa no yɛbɛfa wɔn afiri Ghana.
Yeah.
Sɛdeɛ wɔn si adeɛ no wie a yɛn will be in a position of maintaining it. Ana deɛ make mpatwɔ ka kyerɛ m sɛ
I think say me name praying for your platform where so you have been talking about this for a very long time because yeah babrochi who say ni city. It's another question is say I didn't know this prevailing government need the previous ones ni nyina no. Omo ntimi nye saa de no. Na tem bia nje say yakofo obi no abeye no agiska na okọ na yakofo obi. Wa bra ye we engineers wo Legone KN West ni de keka.
Any say me my platform no so there and so na you say like minds think alike, right? Until
Yeah.
the more can no na me meka because it just makes sense. But dream baby as I no bedwene. Does that make me special? No. I'm a common sense person. Enye bibia Kofi Koranteng de ba ema oye different saying, oh Kofi, then I would politicians need the intro. I don't know. Well, I'm telling you the truth from a very common sense perspective. San Omokasa said me. They don't know what they're talking about. Opa, Kofre, the top NDC guy, the top MPP guy, no Omra Hanum, near any Betty. I heard baby on my journey.
Okay. My maybe that's our question way. How will you attract foreign investors whilst protecting the local business?
Why do you need foreign investors?
Oh, sir, or might be an at least Edia will be about be investing.
And yet, or maybe Obi pe invest here. Yen see Obia quite say mom investing in Ghana. But the question now will be say, how would you attract? Who the hell wants to attract? Why do I feel a need to attract? If we have professionals and competencies in Ghana, I don't have a need to attract foreign investors.
Yeah, because the entire business and say Ghana is still a developing country, and I don't think say in the course of 4 years in Ghana, you bet mama Ghana be one of the topmost country. There you need time to reset things, and during the resetting, there you need investors. Nye maybe yentimi nye sisia wo yekrom no obi na beba be ya ansa na yebede ye ho a ya de anything ma bibisa asa question.
Yeah, but they won't come as investors. They will come as nkrofo. I mean, listen, I'm not against FDIs. So, I'm not invest foreign direct investments, but this notion said somehow you need for people to come to your shores and invest, because let me tell you what's dangerous about that perspective.
Right.
Obia oba ukruma oba be invest no. Wo hia ne so obeba no. Oba opechobo. You can see chobo what you say.
Oh yeah. So like obe take advantage and persuade yeah.
Inti yenye government now one more part government Krofocho Mumro Ghana here we are such nice people by Bema Jolof di yeah. Sanka has no. One more bar, one more tax rebates for the next 10 years. To whose advantage and to whose disadvantage? Dear Pan, first of all, we've already established that your labor force no woman need competencies. In Crawford, one more bear established Ghana and one more bar at the very low level, no one more a high young Crawford. They don't hire young Crawford at the high level, technical staff, and at the high level. Inti yenchia wamuka pi. Inti wap establish Ghana. No wa high nipa even 5,000. Ni amount 10 years rebate. Na nipa 5,000 no. Topmost person neje 5,000 cedis a month. Wabwaye. 5,000 cedis. Meanwhile, no, we lowest end person, the best 25,000 cedis. Are you serious?
Say be buy no because say na we was say minimum wage ni say na we live and city and na be ono so di be adwuma.
Problem no, yen ho na problem ni fi. Enye nipa kro no oba no. We on your yi a, obi oba bia oba or power say oh, agree ye me my kwan ye ni bia no what set standards amano. Masa.
Yeah.
Munya concept no. Me, I'm not. Listen, I'm a different person, man.
Okay. Ghana ka da yeso pa, me say Ghana man na edika. Say wo ba ban mu a beble because na no kra I think yes say ye bumu ebupesi ye cha agu yeso kra mpo na e ka nipa ba ku bia bedi wo man nim no. Enya asem ketwa. Say rade ya odum na say ye to aba ma
674 billion cities.
E ka Ghana this is here no. And is Obana says I carry the what are the plans I would be reducing this debt burden?
Okay, the first thing they said, and here our strength war. What strength as a country now no towards agriculture because war land. Nyamiama where we are. Is you to me na you because we nim nyansa. So you no yenya na abroso. Yenya reservoirs here. As I say ye temu insuo no na insuo no ye adwuma ma yen and say insuo no destroy yen. Your soils ye fertile. So it is annual many na ye wo advantage as I say wo capitalize on agriculture. Inti ye capitalize on agriculture ni nya output na ye add value to the output of agriculture. Ye the value not about global standards. Meko cry de koma Pizza Hut cry you to me toma womo. Garlic, ginger, pistachios, cashew, and all the other nuts are no board denwa bruchino. They say stores PU stores PU bruchia one more ton and yoma a free Ghana. But in Crawford nim say a free Ghana, win him the because they say Indian for neba Ghana, ne be two and yoma were not off. Near the Newman Aku India, near Ku cleaning, near polishino, near repackagino, near Tama, the American market. In Nyansa, in penny for no. Inti Sanyoma win nano. Ye add the value near package ye bibia or Ghana, ye export near ton a global commodities marketer, ye benya foreign exchange reserves. To said ye Sami Gemfide small scale gold in a There's Sikana Ibinya from the small scale, no, and say you and say and sassy. Yinya small scale, yinya forex now, foreign exchange reserves now.
Yeah.
And your mommy and son. First, we pay down our debts. Second, we put extra money into our central bank, Bank of Ghana. Said the Omani here sika, yen kobo busien free World Bank. Third, we will invest in R&D, research and development. Said your competency level no. Nkrofo na aba universities na womo entumi ehu nneoma ani so no. Ye be training womo. Na ye be elevate womo competencies to domestic engineering. Na bibi to say microwave, gas cooker, stove ne iron nom ne domestic nneoma you use appliances you use no. Ye tumi aye na Ghana saying ye high ye top free China.
Yeah.
Nneoma egu Malcolm na wouldn't be a friend of Malcolm. So we Ghana. Wouldn't Malcolm.
Yeah, by me Ghana na me the Malcolm pa, yeah.
Very good. Inti can you call Malcolm and you may go na 95% in your Ghana nneoma.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Inti imagine say nneoma egu ni na no every Ghana. Can you imagine how many businesses, companies are you be created to create and you may go Malcolm? Just think about it. So
Yeah.
inti sika na ye ton ye nneɛma ne agye no ɛno abi ne yɛbɛkyɛ mu mmiɛnsa. One part no bɛtua down your debt ɛnyɛ ne nyinaa yɛde ba fam nkakra because as I said, a multitude of things simultaneously. You tear down your debt, research and development, need develop your skill, your labor force no. Now this kind of extra and so egu your central bank. So your mommy and saying the key things at SSCA.
Okay.
What way what politician be need be holder? What's
Not
it
really.
say obia ni ho. Obia obekasa te se me no. No, wetie mi ana wabre nti aya na ma family ni bi. About me aka me de ni bi. They don't even know how to implement it.
Okay. I wish
No, wait, ogidi, hold on.
yeah.
Bibia making be me pese o catch him say Kofi way it doesn't make sense. Into catch me Kofi, this doesn't make any sense.
Oh, so far the work can be and I think say very practical and it really makes sense. Some me wa approach I mean say system ni running wa say no. The work can be no at least we are the odi achebe sua the wedi kind anti no. Me so me the total system say wa ne niam kakra bia me sua wa say na I think say is in line. And I nyam nwanwa because of also background no wo say say baby a wa kokoko ne anade no. Yeah. Yemo hwi ni enko youth and employment. I think say Ghana biggest problem currently pie. So what is your practical solution to solve the unemployment rate teaching for the youth in our Ghana? No?
It's simple. Said the mechanic. The first thing I said education system na nya ewa Ghana.
Yeah.
Inti the idea of free SHS no it wasn't implemented properly. Let me a president right from kindergarten no. We will start training people. Said the one more nipa betumi nya skill sets, basic fundamental education skill sets. So literacy any womu betumi aye basic math na ebema womo foundational skills until by the time womu bedu senior high school no na womu ye position mentally say womu betumi asua bibi if they decide to say they don't want to jump to tertiary institutions. Nti obia wo be identify wo ho say oh me dey my preschool and I'm say me pese me kobo afie because afie nye desa na wo decide say wo koye bibi no wo betumi akoye through a government program a your friend SBA Small Business Administration de wo pese wo ye bia na say ye say wo koyi tiri koye carpenter wo koye mason wo koye bricklayer bibia pese wo kotwa grass akrampo a once we come through your system no now qualify no you better mower amount say what do you could grass no because agree say no we on your database so into bibia we and it shows on our database say agree akoi yes adwuma we when you say into your taxes say into it adds income onto the grid your reposition says you come now reinvest it in the youth so we can they say a rising tide floats all boats. It is a rising tide of reinvestments, constant, continuous reinvestments. You know what it does, and I say gradually, you know, youth nina gets elevated because seeker or system numa you invested in different things for different people at different times. That's all there is, and it has a multiplicity effect. Identity because ogirigidi say we are 5,000. it is more likely say when a girl be back a restaurant, no one could spend 200 cedis Friday night, no more money. And no, I'm a waiter, no, a chance to earn more. I'm a restaurant owner, no, a chance to earn more. More kwa Uber more the back so we need car. I'm a Uber, no, a chance to make money. So, there are so many instances of money making because we will make it 5,000. But now, if you only made 1,000 and now 2,000, you would think twice about going out on a Friday night to spend time with your girl because it's going to run you maybe a couple of hundred CDs you didn't budget for.
Yeah.
So, the more people earn, no, the more people earn because the money goes out horizontally. So, and that's what it is.
Talking about reform and new resetting or our educational system, and I think say, now what about the graduates now? My graduates here that now, what opportunities will your government create for such people?
We will have to recycle them into training programs. So yeah, but you set up different sectors. What person farming. The biggest reward no will be in farming because then they pay a foundation. So you be a farming muno. And your farming say they are so air do. Farming no, you see the beauty with the farming no say financial services, real estate. And your bad cold into forgive me. Financial services, real estate, engineering, nurseries, is in Nuyaba, greenhouses, technology, pharmaceuticals, food engineering, food security, seed banks, food preservation, any haulage, logistics. There are more than 15 different departments in agriculture. Who bet me akoye adwuma ha? Who and anua krada now they free mu because agriculture na the biggest block of business ewo Ghana. Who bet you aka say o medium pe banking, agriculture. Who pesa akoye adwuma in real estate, agriculture. So because nipa e be employ no nipa e be employ wo agriculture mu no omo be here real estate omo be so
Yeah.
that's your base the baby absorb unemployment no be agriculture.
Yeah, I think it's a very important thing because I think it's last week, me guy be an interview. Okasembi, or say, Israel, Juma. Now, the exchange program, I think say, universities in a more agri sector, no say, Mudu time be a mutimiko Israel called Tuasu Kushia. So I was like, now Israel no more about time, so no. And then a mutimiko farming or say when the baby implemented or Ghana. And he was like, we get this sanity. Ono no question we kwa ma back na busa sa dey ntini wa ma back. Asem o kan ne say time bia no e do certain time bi wo ho a ye ka say o ye fa nurses ye fa mama ko teacher training by on this year announcement o Ghana say agriculture sector no omom ko agri school no mawie no ye fa omo into ono no ko Israel no wa ma biem na wate aka ho na o ye na dwuma
sanko funi na e be mo ma back home. So woman me say Ghana for ogidi woma Ghana for wa bruchiri me be president ne in the first 1 year of my presidency I anticipate say more than 1 million people will reposition back into Ghana. In the first 4 years more than 4 million people are coming back to
o microphone na mute wait my mute o kafra. Yeah, I think say unfortunately nah. Yeah. Yeah,
yeah, na me ka say minim baby e kate minim de
yeah, now say over like nipa 4 million better returning back to Ghana in your first year, no, yeah.
In the first administration, first term, no.
Yeah.
More than 4 million people will come back home because of the air barbe, no. obi o wa bruche we ka say eh ade ye me ye no krom ha yi no wo mo ye no Ghana na me contem na me fam ho nkoshim o de he
Yeah.
because
Yeah, it's true, pa, because app we so crown. I think say one of the banter kesi for that app we so ye. Yenko efie ni yenko yekrum ye, and people too are say okoso sika ne besi. So you know most of the people no ma make you abrocha, but they fear say obeko back. No akwa invest it. It's no bounce back to my question. Me baby bisa on say. Then I will be ya. What the best support young entrepreneurs. Say be ye ban ye be business and I will do a Ghana and put on why establishing the business. Or governance, and then I'm the best support young entrepreneurs.
seamless integrations.
Mm.
Seamless integrations. Yen pen ye what ye friend no diaspora secretariat. So
Yeah.
diaspora secretariat no will be our preacher up say we'll back to Ghana. No. So ugidi wa friends say opese back to Ghana. E be ka say o background ye den then na opese oba into. Yen ye be catch say okay for wo age no wo profile no. The best place I will best start in the ABA Western region and Northern region and Volta region. You bet shrew near my dynamics no. Near pedan wo hama I arrangement na ma. Onyoma wo de back port no. Enye fi na wo back na wako hu your friend say akwa bi a gaman bi a ono no te hɔ a ɔno yɛ ɔtwɛn sɛ akwa bi bɔga bi afiri Ghana afiri abrocha bɔ ɔba bi twa no no da bi.
Yeah. Good boys.
Good boy, there be only good boy be nearly but government official no babe ye on your na making sure say me say integration is seamless because a seamless and I will be can be actually one now for say massa see dear and tessa dear na etie no mumra and womaba and the reason is that the intergenerational transfer of wealth no ya mama ama sika na mama be accomplish it ewo abruchin ebeka ha see Mebwana, Mumfa Mata, Yepes,
Yeah.
Modepa, Yepes, Mona, Mopa Ghana, Moba, Mudu Musicana Ba, Empesa Mubijawa Bruchio.
Wow. Right. I wish you Kofi Koranting any doing come on. NCB, maybe out to na man for so about bisa question. I think say I was here say part 2 because questions them will be brave because me so many years na me pe obi o wa ben we say the questions need the endorse but because of time na born na idea chi ni so ntino yen kasa nchi